So, welcome to the Finance Story LinkedIn Live series. Today, we have with us three exciting guests, partners from Armanino, a top 20 accounting and consulting firm in the US, who's visiting their India offices today. And we decided to catch up with them. So, thanks, guys, for the time once again. Thank you, Julissa, Rosalind, John, and Shrenik for joining in. So, when we talk about your current role, Julissa, would you like to take up what is your current profile at Armanino and how long have you been in the public accounting space? What drove you to this space?
Sure, I'm going to date myself here. I've been in public accounting for over 25 years, and I was in private industry prior to public accounting. So I've got quite a few years of experience. Public accounting is always been, once I got here, it's been my love. And I've been so passionate about it because it's always changing, it's always evolving. There's always so much to learn, so many opportunities. So my role, I've been, with Armanino, via the merged in firm for over 22 years. So I've been in this business for a very long time. I'm a partner out of our Irvine office, and that's in Orange County in California, the United States. I'm a tax partner. I'm on the tax leadership team, as well as the operating leadership team, as well as a real estate practice group leader.
That's amazing. Rosalind, what about you? Would you want to tell us a little bit about your profile and what got you excited about the accounting industry as a whole?
Well, I have a strange path to public accounting because I decided when I was 16 that I wanted to be an accountant. I just made the declaration and leaned into it. So I technically been working in public accounting since I was 16 because I had an internship through my high school where I was doing administrative support for a tax firm, actually. So interestingly enough, I started in the tax world very early in my career. I learned about it through that process, and then postgraduate joined a firm called Drucker and Scicchetti that merged into Armanino in July of 2022. So I've been with the firm for 23 years total. My roles at Armanino, I'm a tax partner first, but I'm also the leader of the privately held business practice group at Armanino. I'm also on the tax leadership team, and I'm on the partner advisory council. So I stay busy.
That's inspiring and that's so interesting. Cool. Shrenik, would you want to add a little bit to this? Though we have an idea about you because we've spoken to you earlier a couple of times, but would you want to take this up?
I'm a chartered accountant in India and a CPA in US. I started my career since 2004, and I was very clear that I wanted to build my career in US accounting. So I started my journey with one of the back offices in Ahmedabad, and I got an opportunity to work in the US starting 2007. I moved to US around 2010, and that firm finally got merged into Citron Cooperman. Then I became part of Citron Cooperman as part of that merger. I moved back to India to start Citron's India operations, and in 2024 I started with Armanino. And all I can tell you is with my a little over 1 year journey with Armanino is nothing short of exciting. And whatever I achieved or I have done in 10 years with Citron, I would say I have done more than that in just 1 year.
Wow.
I can. That is the speed. That is the the aggression and the power that I can see and feel from all the partners and the management and the top management. It's amazing. So much learning. Even after 10 years of doing what I did, I'm doing it all over again with different style and different methods.
That's amazing, and that's such an interesting time for all of us, right? John, over to you.
Sure. So similar to Rosalind, at 15, I decided I wanted to be an accountant. So I didn't, not quite as talented as her. I didn't jump in immediately. I waited till after college, but almost 30 years in public accounting now, all in the high net worth tax space. Lucky enough to lead that practice for us at Armanino, which we call private client advisors, and also have the role in the tax leadership team. So just blessed to be part of a tremendous group of young, energetic tax leaders looking to drive the future here.
how is it working with folks globally, especially India? Julissa, what do you want to start with this?
It's been great. We just started collaborating probably in the past 6 months, and it really has been great to see, the global workforce. I mean, we're collaborating across, various countries 24/7, which is fantastic. Clients are getting this enriched service, but it's been, culturally, I think it's been fantastic. Our India team has got such a great culture. Shrenik has done a fantastic job of bringing them together, getting them excited about being part of Armanino. And we are just so impressed to work with them and their excitement to learn and grow.
That's amazing. John, would you like to add about your perspective?
Yeah, I think the integration's gone even quicker than anticipated, which has been successful so far. It's interesting because tax is a universal language. So despite being around the globe and some differences in culture, we all speak the same language, and we're all trying to serve our clients to the best of our abilities. So being able to meet with our employees this week and seeing that same hunger for tax planning and providing tremendous tax advice has been it's been exciting. It's very cool. It's like I don't want to speak for Jalisa and Raz, but it feels like we've known them longer than just this week. So I'm excited to see where the future goes here.
Rosalind, yes, over to you.
I was really just going to echo everything that Jalisa and John said. It's been an amazing week with our India team, and the collaboration, started prior to our trip here, obviously, but just getting to meet everybody has really, personalized more than we were able to do before we came here. So I'm really glad we had the opportunity to be here this week with the team.
That's great. And is this your first visit to India, specifically Ahmedabad?
Yes.
Okay. So
hopefully not the last one.
Well, we haven't stopped eating since we got here, trying to make sure we've been well fed.
Yeah.
The food's definitely been amazing.
Amazing. So you guys are in Ahmedabad this trip, or you're traveling to Hyderabad and other cities as well?
We're in Hyderabad right now, actually. We started in Ahmedabad and we transitioned 2 days ago. And so we spent the whole day in the office yesterday in Hyderabad. We were blessed to be part of the ribbon cutting ceremony to officially open the office with the whole team there. And some of our colleagues from the Ahmedabad office also came. So it was just a really fun day to celebrate, opening another office here in India as we continue to grow both Armanino as a whole, but also Armanino India.
Congratulations on your office. This is your second office in India in what, under a year? That's fantastic.
Technically third, I guess, because we have two offices in Ahmedabad.
So, when we're talking about cross-cultural teams and working with folks from different countries, is this the first time you're working with cross-cultural teams, John, or you worked prior?
I have experience working with Indian professionals over the last few years, so this is not new to me. So, and I'm very excited that Armanino has finally opened our offices and has a presence here. Yeah. I had very positive experience previously, and I don't expect anything less going forward now.
That's amazing. That's cool. Julissa, what do you want to add to this?
Yeah, I would say I have had some experience working with a global team. I started working with a team out of the Philippines probably over a year ago, and had a great experience. And then here, now with the India team, what I love about our global teams is the passion that they have to learn and grow and be part, to be. It sounds weird to say to be useful, but to be part of our team and to really provide service to our clients. So it's been great working with the global team.
Okay. So Rosalind, I'll put this question to you, okay? So when you talk about cultural differences, have you noticed a difference between the US and India in terms of work style? How different could they be?
They're really not that different in the big picture. Everyone is working towards the same goal, which is servicing our clients and adding value, marching towards the same strategic initiatives of our firm. Probably the biggest difference is we don't have tea time in the U.S.
Chai. Absolutely. Yeah. So, but anything more specific, would any one of you want to add in? Any stark difference?
No stark difference at all. I mean, it's more just the workday itself, the timing of it. But as far as work ethic and attention to detail and just professionalism, there isn't any stark differences. It's been very seamless, and I think what we need to work on or focus on is just making sure that no new procedures and policies and software, of course, whenever you open a new office. So just the normal items that you would have with any new office. I don't think those are unique to India by any means.
And how do you think cross-cultural interactions, be it India-U.S., benefits, organizations like Armanino or in general the public accounting industry? What's the biggest factor that's contributing, to this industry as a whole?
I think diversity of opinions are needed, and it's something that's been a focal point of Armanino for forever. It's important we have certain protocols in the U.S. to have representation from all genders and all races, and bringing in more diverse thinking will only make us stronger and provide and allow us to continue to serve our clients the highest ability. So I'm excited with the hirings we've had that Shrenik has brought in. The level of experience is astounding here, and to have them be able to this week we've been pushing to have your voice be heard, speak up, right? They have, just like any other great employees or professionals, they have wonderful ideas, and they should not be scared or shy to share them. So it's a tremendous amount of experience in these offices here. So I don't see how we don't just become even better with their experiences and their opinions to improve our processes.
And that's really part of our culture at Armanino as a whole. One of our PVAs, or one of our core values, if you will, is empowerment. Empowered, and we really look to make sure that our employees feel empowered to both find ways to make us better, and to make sure that their voice is heard at the table. So the more diversity we can have around that table, I think the better it makes us as a firm.
There are a lot of professionals in India who would love to work with Armanino, right? So what would you tell aspiring folks who not only Armanino but who want to work on global teams? What would you want to tell them?
I would just say the most important thing in working across, the globe is just communication, curiosity, the desire to learn and communicate. Those are going to be key factors. I mean, everything else is table stakes. People will have the credentials, but having strong communication really helps break any barriers when you're working, even just across office. I mean, it's not just between the U.S. and India. It's across even our local offices.
Do you feel accountants by default in their DNA are a little often introverts?
Getting together and really doing these meet and greets and just actually having some one-on-one personal time really breaks down the barrier.
Yeah, I was going to say, statistically, I think you're correct. Accountants generally are considered introverts, but I don't mean to keep bringing up our PVAs and our core values, but one of our other ones is courageously connected, and making sure that we are all connected together and having ongoing communication. I mean, just on this call alone, if we didn't all say where we were from, but I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, which is on the East Coast of the United States. Jaleesa mentioned she's from Orange County, California. She's on the West Coast. John's from Texas, or he lives in Texas, in Dallas. So he's more Central South. So, we collaborate, we talk all the time, and we're spread across the United States. So for us, communicating and interacting with our colleagues in India is no different. It's just another office in our mind. So I think, continuing to stress the importance of communication as how we get around some of the introvertness that is innate in our profession.
And I'll add that it's built around the culture, and what Trenick has done here in such a short period of time is nothing short of amazing. If you can build a collaborative culture and encourage, comes from leadership as well, to encourage, seek out opinions and get our professionals comfortable to hear their voice, and once they see their opinions matter and is taken seriously, it opens up and it breaks down a lot of those walls. But it starts with having a welcoming culture.
And strong leadership.
Communication for me would be the number one, because you can teach technical skills with some tremendous training. I think you have to be willing to share your voice and share your opinion. If you're going to be quiet, I think it'll make your career much more difficult. There's a reason you're at the firm you're at, whether it's Armanino or another firm. Someone thinks you have that skill set. You shouldn't just be focused on sitting behind a desk and cranking out tax returns. You should be letting your voice be heard and serving your clients and being more proactive. I think that's the big piece that people need to focus on is providing a level of service, not providing a tax return.
That's amazing. Rosalind, what do you want to add on to this according to you?
I think a lot of people are concerned. They don't want to offend anybody. They want to make sure they're culturally competent and they don't do, misstep in a way. I think a lot of our U.S. colleagues feel that way. I know we felt that way coming to India. We wanted to make sure we didn't do anything that would be misinterpreted as disrespectful. So I think on the U.S. side, I've heard a lot of questions about that. And we're going to actually provide specific training to our U.S. team next week so that they know, there's really not a lot of places to misstep. I think it's just more of a fear of doing that, but out of a place of respect.
Yep. Yeah, Shrenik, do you see a lot of focus on building leadership in India right now? What are your top 3 priorities?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, as a matter of fact, our org model is based on the leadership, because we firmly believe we need to have a leader for each BU, and within BU, we need to have a leader for each practice area, so that, and just to a little off the topic, but it's very important to have somebody responsible, accountable for the jobs, because we want to make sure that people take it seriously and sincerely, because it's, as you know, like most of the professionals, they take it like their career very seriously, and unless and until they have the accountability and the ownership, they would not be able to perform. And that's the model. So leadership is the core, and as a matter of fact, that's like one of the core. Even though it's like we do not treat our members as staff, honestly speaking. We always see them as a future partners, and we ask them to behave like a partners, because it's just a title, but it's more of your own behavior that makes you a partner, like your ownership or your thought process that makes you a partner. So it's more entrepreneurial firm than any accounting firms, I would say, that I've worked for. So we always look for the leadership in every single person. It doesn't matter whether it is a staff level person or a senior member. It is the leadership that they can always, look for.
Everyone's very excited about technology and business growing. So, Jalissa, what do you want to start with, and tell us what are you most excited about, and how do you see this? How do you see this growing in the next 4 to 5 years, or in this decade itself?
Yeah, I mean, across the board, our industry has to change, and technology is the biggest component of that. I mean, we're going global with our staffing, but AI and repetitive processes have really changed how we do our day-to-day job, for the better. I mean, I think a lot of people get intimidated about technology, and they think, oh, technology is going to take my job. No, it's going to accent your job, and it's going to be able to take some of the repetitive processes, and it's going to allow you to elevate yourself and become a better advisor, a planner. So I think we should all be excited about this emerging technology that's around the corner. I mean, I think in the next 5 to 10 years, we're seeing the impacts now. And Armanino is very innovative. That's, again, one of the things that we're very proud of. We're cutting edge. We're always at the forefront of innovation, and we're not scared to, to just jump in with 2 feet and figure it out. And so, to me, it's very exciting. I think it's here, whether people want to believe it or not. It's here.
Actually, I would add to that. Someone that I spoke to recently said this, and it really resonated with me, is that AI is not going to take your job, but someone who knows how to use AI better than you will. So it's really important that everyone leans into understanding the technology and embracing it and using it to further, our strategy as a firm and serving our clients, so that we can just continue to be innovative and find best and only solutions for our clients.
Okay. John, would you want to add to this? How do you see the tax line, the tax service line, and in general shaping up?
Yeah, with AI, and when we were meeting with the teams this week, it was exciting to share some of the automation that we've created at Armanino, where they had asked questions about some more, I'll say, remedial tasks that they've done at their other firms, that we were able to share great news that we already have automated with bots, and allowing them to spend their time focused on actual serving of clients and not of non-value added, call it more administrative tasks that they had been performing at other firms. So to see their faces light up and realize that that's not going to be part of their job responsibility, and they can now focus, they have additional time to focus on really career progression and expanding their knowledge. So it's only going to allow for new professionals coming into public accounting to accelerate their careers. They're going to get opportunities at a much earlier stage in their careers than than the three of us did, right? So it's exciting. If I was young, I would think about technology as a chance to add a lot more value, have a much more rewarding career, much quicker. Accounting is it's a very exciting time for public accounting right now, if you're with a firm that embraces technology.
That's great. So, Rosalind, if you were 25 today, how would you think about your career?
She is.
I'd be really excited to be 25 today. I think to John's point, I would think about my career as to how can I learn the technology to make whatever I learn from a technical standpoint more robust and allow it to enable me. I think if I had career advice for someone that is 25 now, it's to not shy away from the technology, but lean in hard and make sure that you're doing everything you can to learn how to use the technology, how to develop it, and find ways to be innovative instead of running away from it or being fearful of it.
How has the India-U.S. collaboration, contributed to Armanino in the last year or so?
What they have allowed us to serve our clients in a top-notch white glove way. So from day one, they're experts in their field. I mean, that's one of the misconceptions that I think or not misconception, there's a hesitation. People don't know what they know, and they just assume that, well, maybe they don't know what we know. But I mean, the experts that we have on our team, they have come in with top-notch specialty. I mean, we're learning from them. We're all learning. And so I think that it's been fantastic to have their, expertise added to our teams. It's been a great value add.
Julissa, I would add that, Armanino India has helped us expand our talent pool, because in the U.S. it is becoming more constricted and less people are going into the accounting profession. So, by expanding our operations into India, we've just, expanded our pool of candidates by a lot, and allowed us then to find more of the best and brightest in the accounting world.
Please continue.
From meeting all of our employees this week, and just again, the amount of expertise that Shrenik and the team have brought in a short period of time, there's no way we could have found this type of expertise in the shortage of talent right now in the United States. So for us and the growth that we've been on, to be able to continue to serve the clients at the high level that they're accustomed to, without India, it would have been extremely difficult. The talent pool here is second to none. It's amazing, and it's only going to continue growing and growing as fast as Shrenik can grow it, honestly.
What are the challenges you guys have faced working with global teams, and how have you addressed them?
I mean, I think John said earlier, a lot of the challenges are really no different than when we have a firm that merges into our firm or a new office. There's hiccups in the beginning that are more related to technology and like, making sure the servers are up and running and, little hiccups here and there. But I don't think there's been anything drastically different as far as challenges that we've faced as a result of that.
Okay. Any areas you think that could require more focus for, a better cross-regional teamwork? Julissa, would you want to take this? Or we're all good?
I mean, I think we're all good. I mean, I don't think there's anything that's unique just to India. I mean, I think it's like Ross said, it's working with another office, and that's how we see it. It's just another office. It's just in a different time zone. That's it. Which we're already in a different time zone, even in the U.S. Different people sit in different time zones. So for us, it's about bringing on a new office, period.
Yep.
And the time zones play to our advantage in a lot of instances. And in the tax world specifically, sometimes we have really tight deadlines around deliverables to our clients, and the ability to pretty much work 24 hours a day through the different time zones in the U.S. When our U.S. teams are working hand in hand with our India teams, we're able to, complete work faster and meet those really tight deadlines with more ease.
Okay, so to close this conversation, I have this last question. So how do you envision the role of India evolving in Armanino's global strategy? John, you want to take this up?
Armanino India is a major factor for client-facing teams. We want to, right? It's not a back office. We want to be able to expand as clients come in to be served primarily or exclusively out of India, and have them run the entire engagements and be the full, the face of the firm. I would say anyone that's looking, who's excited to have that opportunity to work directly with clients, because at the end of the day, our primary focus is serving our clients to the best of our abilities. We want to give those opportunities to be able to accelerate your career. So it's only going to, until the U.S. ends up getting a lot more talent, and that's not happening anytime soon, we're going to keep expanding here and finding those professionals that aren't getting those opportunities, who want the rewarding service of working directly with the clients and being their trusted advisor. So that's my vision. I think that's a lot of our vision here at Armanino.
Rosalind, what is your closing message to those watching this or who's going to read this later on, about the India-U.S. collaboration or in general working with global teams?
I think the message would be that, the leadership at Armanino stands right behind the strategy. We think it is part of the future of our industry, but of Armanino, and that, to John's point, the search for talent is very challenging, and we see how much great talent is here in India. So we will continue to to work together with our India colleagues to grow and make sure that everything we do is to provide the best service to our clients possible. And if we're excited to have folks join our team that have that same passion to serve clients.
I would say for us, Armanino India we're not just adding workers, we're adding future leaders. And that is important. If that is something that people strive for, right, whether it's, partnership at some point in the future. I was excited to have those conversations this week with some of our employees who want that. That's what we want to hear. We want future leaders. This is the place for that. So it's exciting to have that passion and that eagerness to see how far their career can be, and to do more than what maybe they're given the chance at other firms, right? This is going to be leadership opportunities for so many of our professionals here.
And Julissa, thank you. Would you want to add to this?
I would say Armanino India, what it means to me, and I think what it means to a lot of us, is that they're going to be like the gold standard. They're they're on the front edge of kind of what we envision our total global strategy to be. We want to be, full service, firm. We're bringing all of our service lines here. And to John's point and Rosba's point, this is no different than our U.S. Offices, our operations. So we intend to have partners and top to bottom client service out of this office. It's just another one of our offices.
Thank you. So well put. Shrenik, so to close this, okay, are you guys hiring right now?
Sure. So yes, we are actively hiring. We are hiring very heavily, I would say. If somebody is interested in joining Armanino, they can go to our careers page, which is armanino.com/careers. And we have open positions for India locations. And we have specific job descriptions laid out on those websites where they can apply with appropriate job code to India-U.S.
Thank you so much, Julissa, Rosalind, John, and Shrenik. Thanks a lot for the time. I had a great conversation. And hope to see you guys soon.